What's up, legends? Benchmark Bets is back, and today I'm going to take you through my best bets and leans, as well as do a deep analysis on each game today. So buckle up, I've done the homework, let's hit these and stack these wins. Before we go through today's picks, let's do a quick recap on yesterday's video. We went 0-2. With Oscar Thompson under 9.5 points was looking great in the first quarter. Then he absolutely cooked us. And cooked them. Then we had GG Jackson over 21.5 points and rebounds. Wasn't even close. Good matchup. Just a bad read from me. So that brings up our total to 4.27 units for the month, sitting at 62.96% win rate and a 14.72% ROI. So new month, reset the focus. Let's stay disciplined, stay consistent, and let's build on this profit. Now, as you know, premium is available, especially with our main sports coming up, with AFL and NRL. There is no better time to join. For $7.99 per week, you can get all my plays, plus 6 other consultants. Link is in the description below. And of course, for my picks, I use PropsMadness, the best tool out there for player prop analysis, and I think you should use it too. Link in the description below will get you a nice discount on your first month. So let's start off with the picks. So between the Blazers and the Hornets, there is one pick that I'm liking here, and it is LaMelo Ball over 6.5 assists. So for the season, he's over this line in 33 out of 50 games, averaging 7.3 assists. The Blazers are in the middle of the pack for assists allowed, but they do play at the 7th fastest pace, which is exactly what we want. More possessions, more dime opportunities. So in fast-paced games, Ball is over this line in 15 out of 18 games, averaging 8.3 assists. And also at home, he's over this line in 6 out of 7 games, averaging 9 assists per game. Even in games where they win by 5 or more points, which I expect them to do today, he's over this line in 9 out of 11 games, averaging 8.2 assists. So everything is lining up here for LaMelo Ball to go over 6.5 assists, and it is my first official play for today. Then there was nothing else I was really liking in this game. I was having a look through the Blazers lineup, and nothing really stood out, so I gave it a miss. Then between the Rockets and the Heat, there was 2 picks that I was liking here. So the first one is Thompson over 15.5 points. So for the season, he's over his line in 34 out of 56 games, averaging 17.3 points. Now the main thing to note here is Jabari Smith Jr. is out, so Thompson should have a lot more scoring load. Today, the Heat allow the 8th most amount of transition points and the 10th most amount of points within 10 feet of the basket, where Thompson loves to score from. So in games where he versus a weak defense for transition points, he's over his line in 13 out of 17 games, averaging 19.2 points. And then also if we look at games where he has a weak defense for points in the paint allowed, he's over his line in 13 out of 18 games, averaging 18.3 points. So the matchup plus the roll plus the pace is a green light here. And Thompson over 16.5 points, over 15.5 points is my second official bet. Then the other player I was liking here is Kevin Durant over 26.5 points. So for the season, he's over this line in 25 out of 55 games, averaging 26.1 points. So he mainly loves to score from pull-up opportunities where the Heats allow the 6th most amount of points. He also likes to score in isolation and transition where the Heats allow 6th most amount of points to isolation and the 8th most amount of points to transition. So when you look at games where he versus weak defenses for isolation, also versus fast-paced teams, he is over this line in 2 games, averaging 30.5 points. And then when you look at games where he versus teams that have a weak defense for pull-up, he's over this line in 6 out of 9 games, averaging 26.2 points. Kevin Durant is a strong lean of mine for over 26.5 points. Nothing else I was really liking in this one. Nothing really stood out for the Heat. I was looking at Tyler Hero for a bit, but he doesn't have the best matchup here. However, Norman Powell is out, so he should get pretty close to his line. Then between the Raptors and the Wizards, not really touching anyone from the Wizards for the rest of the season. Just not Don't know what's going on with that organization at the moment. Then from the Raptors side of the ball, pretty much a healthy side from the looks of it. And I'm not too sure who's going to score the points. Obviously, Brandon Ingram is a nice little one here. But with Scotty Barnes in the lineup, not exactly sure what's going to go on there. And this is looking like a blowout game. So I reckon most of the starters will get sat. So I reckon players from the bench for the Raptors could be a nice little look. But I'm not too sure who to target there. Then between the Lakers and the Warriors, I was looking at Guy Santos over 13.5 points. So his last 10 games, he's been playing very well. Over the line in 8 out of 10 games, averaging 15.3 points from 30 minutes of gameplay. The Lakers do allow the 9th most amount of points in the paint, where he scores 44% of his points from. So Guy Santos over 13.5 points is looking like a nice little lean of mine. Then there was nothing really I was liking from the Lakers side of the ball. Obviously, you got to look at Luka. He doesn't have the best matchup here today, and he'll mostly get double teamed. So I left the Lakers players alone. Then between the Pelicans and the Jazz, this is looking like the money game to me, and I have 3 bets that I'm liking here. So the first one is Saddiq Bey over 19.5 points. So for the season, he's oversliding in 20 out of 53 games, averaging 17.2 points. Expected to play between 26 to 36 minutes, and when he plays those minutes, he's over the line in 18 out of 42 games, averaging 18.9 points. He has versed the Jazz this season, where he scored 42 points, which he was literally 2 days ago. He also does have a very soft matchup here. He loves to score from spot opportunities, transition, and also from catch and shoot, where the Jazz pretty much lead points to. So Saddiq Bey for over 19.5 points is looking very nice today, and nothing much should change because the Jazz are tanking. Then from the Jazz side of the ball, I was liking Bryce Sensabaugh over 17.5 points. So without Markkanen in the lineup, he's over the line in 9 out of 15 games, averaging 18.3 points. Did versus the Pelicans 2 days ago, and he scored 20 points from 54% field goal percentage from 25 minutes. And I expect pretty much the same sort of outcome here today, especially with the Pelicans also tanking. So Bryce Sensabaugh over 17.5 points is another nice lean of mine. And then finally, I was looking at Derek Queen for under 23.5 points, rebounds, and assists. So over his last 10 games, he's only been playing in 24.7 minutes and only averaging 20.1 PRA. So if you look at the season where he plays between 20 to 30 minutes, he's only over this line in 11 out of 32 games, averaging 22.6 PRA. If he's only going to be playing between 20 to 30 minutes, 23.5 is a high line for him. He does have a soft matchup, but I just don't see him going over. He also versed the Jazz a few days ago, and he only had 15 PRA from 20 minutes. So I'm expecting another little outcome of like this again. And that's pretty much it for today's picks and leans. If you're loving the content, smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, comment down below your favorite play for today. Until next time, stay safe, good luck with your bets, and I'll catch you in the next one. Laters.